What is up? Welcome back to 5 Stars, 5 Points, bringing you the best in college football wagering. I'm your host, Spread Astaire, and I'm joined by 5 Star in Vegas. 5 Star, how's this fine Friday night treating you?
Hello, what's good, Waging World? Let's go get some money tonight, man.
All right. Well, we got a couple questions that I want to ask you before we get into giving out the winning picks. And this one, it's been talked about a lot, so I can't wait to hear your opinion. And it is, which college football quarterback is best suited for the NFL? What do you think, 5 Star?
I actually was reading some information by Dre Harris from Draft Network. It's weird. He's one of the few people who actually spells their name like mine, Drae. He does some good work for Draft Network. I was checking out some of his work. He had a top 10. I'm going to just go over the top five and a couple of the names that intrigued me. Number one, they had listed still as Malik Willis, and that was even after the Ole Miss game. This is a recent article just came out this week. Malik Willis has all the tools, built like a tank. He's a 6'1", very strong lower body, outstanding athleticism. He can make every throw, make it off platform. Some of the plays he makes, I'm sure offensive coordinators in the field salivate over, and they feel like, hey, I can fix this guy because he does have some problems with the turnovers, as we spoke about earlier episodes about he tries to do a little bit too much sometimes. He doesn't know when it's time to give up on the play. He tries to extend it, and sometimes it's some unnecessary turnovers. But he definitely has all the tools. Right now, they're saying he's going to be the number one quarterback that's taken. Also high on the board is Kenny Pickett. He's a big kid, 6'3", 220. As you know, he started 3 straight years for Pittsburgh. He's a super senior, a lot of experience. He's a typical Pittsburgh quarterback. We've had several of them that already have hit the league. He's pretty much the same mode as what Coach Narduzzi produces out of that system. Prototypical quarterback that can move a little bit. I comp him a little bit too, maybe like Daniel Jones with a little bit less speed. Matt Corral from Ole Miss is another one that they have in the top five. They list him at 6'2". He's not 6'2". He's slightly under 6 foot, and he's a slight build quarterback also. He's going to have problems staying healthy, man. He doesn't have a lot of weight on him. He is a playmaker. I'll be interested to see how his game translates. They want to put him in the same grouping as Baker Mayfield, but I don't see him as a Baker Mayfield. I see more Sam Howell from North Carolina like a Baker Mayfield. He had the same type of build, same type of explosive arm, very accurate, takes chances with the ball. Sometimes he's a little bit too much of a gunslinger and needs to check down the ball, but he doesn't as much, which causes some overthrows and some interceptions. But I'll be interested to see Sam Howell playing in the NFL. He does have the skill set of a Baker Mayfield. And also, I like to see how his athleticism translates. As you know, the linebackers and DNs in the NFL are running 4.4s, 4.5s, 4.6s now. So kids who look like real athletes in college, they get to the NFL and they see that they're not as fast or as quick as they thought they were. And I would be interested to see if Sam Howell, if his elusiveness translates in the NFL the same way it does in college. The other one I have is Desmond Ritter from Cincinnati. Great size at 6'4", about 220. He's kind of something about his body language I don't like, man. He's kind of a quiet kid, not too outspoken. I feel like you have to have some alpha in you to take control of a grown man in an NFL locker room. So they have him listed as the fourth top prospect. Me personally, I don't see it. He's not handling the pressure actually well of Cincinnati going into the college football, being one of the contenders for the college football playoffs. Excuse me. He's thrown interception in 4 straight games and just threw one tonight too, as well on the first drive. So he's going to have to do a better job protecting the ball. His arm, it's not strong at all. He has a very average arm, and I don't think his athleticism is so beyond that it's going to make a difference to make where he's going to wow NFL scouts. Jaden Daniels is the prospect that actually interests me the most. 6'3", is very small as far as in frame, being 185, but he's tall. He can grow into his frame, kind of like Lamar Jackson did. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's been coached by Herm Edwards and also other professional, ex-professional coaches from the NFL are all over the Arizona State staff. He's been a 3-year starter since he was a freshman. I like everything about Jaden Daniels. I like his mentality. I like his machismo, man. He has he controls. You could tell he's the leader of that offense. Guys look to him for answers, and that's impressive. He's been a captain since he was a freshman. Out of all the quarterbacks coming out, the one that I think whose game's going to translate best to the pros would be Jaden Daniels. There's some noise being made right now about Carson Strong. I've watched him a lot since I'm in Nevada, and I've watched him play maybe 3 straight years, I want to say. He was kind of battling for the quarterback position a couple years ago, but he's been a solid starter the last 2 years. Good quarterback, great arm, live arm, but he works from the pocket. He's more of a quarterback from the 90s, early 2000s. With today's game, he's going to have difficulty because he lacks movement. I was just speaking to Lance Zierlein, who does draft work for the NFL Network, and I was telling him that I compare him a lot to the kid that's down in Houston right now. I don't see him being able to be too successful in the NFL game because his lack of mobility, man. He's pretty much a statue, and he's also like the kid in Houston from Stanford has knee problems and had multiple surgeries on his knees. So he's got to stay healthy, but he does have a gun. But so far, they're saying the number one prospect to wrap everything up is Malik Willis. I personally like Jaden Daniels.
All right, Jaden Daniels, one to watch. So if you get a chance, check out ASU, Arizona State football, and Jaden Daniels, 5 stars. Sneaky prospect there. May not be the top prospect, but he thinks he's got a chance to be the best quarterback in this current draft class. Now we got to get to a question that I'm not the only one asking this, right? There's a lot of people want to know this one. How is Michigan ranked higher than Michigan State in the playoff committee poll? What happened here, 5-star? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
This one boggles my mind as well. The only thing I can think of is that the committee is handicapping pretty much like us and pretty much, looking at the schedule, the remaining schedules for the teams and saying, hey, this is going to play itself out. It really doesn't matter. I was reading some stuff that Chairman Gary Barta was explaining the jump, and he put it all about statistics, talking about statistically Michigan was a better team on offense and defense, and also common opponents and things like that. A bunch of numbers, man, that how numbers are. You can always make numbers make something seem more factual than it is. The only number that matters to me was the scoreboard, and Michigan State beat Michigan when they played each other. No matter that Michigan had the lead, the final score, Michigan State was ahead, so I don't understand how possibly they've leapfrogged them. But this will all play itself out. As we know, Oklahoma is ranked number 8 right now, but Vegas has them minus 170 to make the college football playoff. So they feel like they're going to hop 4 teams, and get to the playoffs. So they're minus 170, and they're ranked number 8 right now. So I guess, like I said, that the committee is handicapping the games and trying to predict the outcomes before they actually happen. But I couldn't disagree more with Barter with all of the numbers and stuff that he threw to justify them moving to Michigan above Michigan State. Michigan State lost at Purdue. They should be called the spoiler makers instead of the boiler makers, but that's what they do, man. They upset top 10 teams at home. Everyone knows that. They have a long tradition of doing it. It's a tough out. Anytime you go to West Lafayette, it's a tough game, man. So I wouldn't, discredit Michigan State's loss to Purdue. I wouldn't discredit Michigan State's victory over Michigan simply because they lost to Purdue. Both teams had one loss, and Michigan State won head-to-head. Doesn't make a lot of sense, like a lot of things right now in our country, right?
Yeah, definitely agreed with that. Let's jump into the picks, though. The first one, Boise State minus 13.5 versus Wyoming. What do you think of this game?
Guys, we really apologize about getting this out to you guys late. Looking at the time now, you guys probably got about a half an hour after we post this to get this game in. When I handicapped the game, it was minus 13.5. Now it's pushed to minus 14, and they're actually making the minus 115. Some books trying to get you to lean toward Wyoming. There's no way I'm betting Wyoming in this game. Last week we faded Wyoming, and they covered. They actually won the game outright against Colorado State. But if you watch the game as I did, you know that Wyoming isn't good, man. Levi Williams, the quarterback, had 2, 3 long gains. After that, Colorado State kind of mailed it in. They had some bad turnovers, and it kind of snowballed on Wyoming. Still, the quarterback was 9 of 16 for 98 yards, bro, for the whole game. They've only beaten MAC teams this year. All their victories have been against MAC teams. They had a 2-point victory against UConn, one of the worst college football teams in the country. Wyoming doesn't impress me at all. They're ranked at the bottom in all offensive categories. A lot of people are talking about their defense, but their strength of schedule is one of the worst strength of schedules in the country. So you definitely want to ride with Boise State. Boise State had a hard schedule this season. They played well against Auburn. They played well against Oklahoma State, only losing by 1 point. Oklahoma State, as you know, is a top 10 team in the country. Also, BYU, pardon me, it's getting late. You're yawning, I'm getting tired. I'm saying all types of stuff. We don't usually do it this late, guys. We had some other obligations. Usually we'd be in front of the TV right now betting. But anyway, Boise State has lost 3 straight at home, guys, which is rare. They lost to 3 good teams at home, man. So they're going to be itching to put on a great performance for the home team. As you know, the Smurf turf is a traditional great home field advantage for those guys. I don't see Wyoming getting out of there by losing less than 2 touchdowns. It's going to be more than that, man. I expect the 2 touchdowns to be covered by halftime. As I told you, Boise State has lost 3 straight at home. And as you know, if you're a college football historian, Boise State doesn't lose at home. Their coach, Coach Avalos, is ex-linebacker at the school. So I'm sure he's going to be raring to make up for the way they performed the last 3 times at home and defend home field against Wyoming. And as I told you, Wyoming has not played anyone, and they're still 0-4 against the spread on the road. We're going to take Boise State all day, minus 13.5. Right now it's minus 14. As I said, you guys have a few minutes. It's not too late to go grab it. Go grab Boise State minus 14.
All right, the graphic says 13.5, but it is good to 14. Arkansas State heads to University of Louisiana Monroe. What are your thoughts on this game?
This game right here is what I call a bookmaker special. What they do is they put these type of games out here to trap Joe Public. If someone just goes into the book, grabs a sheet, and they're looking for an easy layup, this will be one of the first games they grab because ULM is 5-4. They're playing to get a bowl eligibility. They just upset a couple weeks ago Liberty, and they upset South Alabama at home. Arkansas State hasn't won since the first week of the season. They've lost 8 straight games. They seem like the worst team in this matchup, when in fact the team is Arkansas State to take in this game. They've won 11 straight against University of Louisiana Monroe. Also, University of Louisiana Monroe struggles to contain passing. Arkansas State is one of the best passing teams in the country. They have a veteran quarterback and some great wide receivers. Their wide receivers are all very fast, very athletic. They have a couple that are extremely tall, like 6'6". I expect them to air out the ball a lot on Louisiana Monroe. I expect the pressure of Louisiana Monroe attempting to get in there eligible for their first bowl game in school history is going to be too much. Arkansas State is going to be happy to see them after losing 8 straight to see a team that they've dominated. As I told you, they're 11-0 against the spread against them, and they've won 11 straight against them. And I expect that to continue in this game. But we'll take the short number and take the +3 just as some insurance. So we're going to go Arkansas State +3 at University of Louisiana Monroe.
All right, guys, and don't be afraid. Put a little on the money line as well in that game. Let's go to the SEC. Texas A&M is going to take on Ole Miss. What are your thoughts on this game?
If you guys know, we took Liberty last week. Ole Miss showed up and they played, but they really didn't. Liberty bailed them out. If you watch the game, Ole Miss had a 70-yard touchdown run on their first play. Liberty did not come to play the first half. I don't know what Hugh Freeze was doing, but Ole Miss came out. They didn't get any resistance at all from Liberty in the first half. But the second half, after Liberty woke up, Ole Miss only scored 3 points, dude. You know, they only scored 3 points the whole second half. They only ran for a total of 70 yards besides that 70-yard burst by Ely at the beginning of the game. Ole Miss is struggling, man. Matt Corral is hurt. I watched the SEC Plus warm-ups the warm-ups on SEC Plus Network last week. He was struggling to do 10-yard sprints. He didn't practice last week, and he's not practicing this week. He's facing probably the toughest defense in the country besides Georgia and Texas A&M. They're only allowing 14 points a game. They're physical. They're fast. They're strong. They're the hottest team in the SEC right now. They've been rolling ever since they upset Alabama. I really respect what Jimbo Fisher's done with that offense. He's tailored it so that Zach Gonzalez could still be successful. They get it to their tight end Whittemire, and they also feature Isaiah Spiller and a couple more skilled players that are fantastic. I expect them to do just enough. They're won the last 9 out of 12 against Ole Miss. I think Jimbo Fisher outcoaches Lane Kiffin. I don't think Kiffin and Corral can overcome the injuries on the offensive line and also the injuries at the wideout and skill position that Ole Miss is dealing with. Texas A&M, this is going to be our 5-star player of the week also. My guy, Mattress Mac, Southwest Stand Up. I met Mattress Mac on Braeswood, man, many, many years ago, man, in a whole different world, man. He's a good dude, man. And Mattress Mac just laid a heavy bet on A&M. He was smart enough to take a money line like we're doing too. The spread is -2.5. That's always tricky. Hey, let's just take the money line, man. We'll pay those extra 15 cents. It's nothing to secure the victory. So the 5-star player of the week is going to be Texas A&M, continuing their dominance over Ole Miss, guys.
All right, let's go over the plays real quick. Boise State -13.5 at home versus Wyoming. We like Arkansas State +3 in University of Louisiana Monroe, and the 5-star player of the week is Texas A&M money line. Remember to head over to @5star in Vegas to get all the plays. Follow him on Twitter for all the constant updates, and you can also catch other material he's doing, such as his appearance on ESPN 97.5 The Game, which is usually on Friday mornings. But if it changes, you'll be able to be aware of that, as he will send you the message online. Of course, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, if you got friends that watch college football, bet on college football, share with your friends. The more the merrier. We appreciate it. This information is not a secret. We love giving it out to the public, giving you guys some free plays so everybody can eat. 5-star, do you have any more messages for the people before we get out of here?
Nothing. You wrapped it up beautifully, spread. You guys, you come follow, come like, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you guys don't miss any plays. Sometimes I release free plays during the week. Lately, I've been giving out some for all the MAC games on Tuesday nights and also a little bit on Thursday nights. So you guys just stay locked in. We're going to keep it moving, man. Never forget, Las Vegas Boulevard and Wall Street are the same, man. It's in evidence. You're going to have a couple down weeks, but it's all about winning the month, winning the year. If you have a bad week, it's nothing. The main thing is always about the bottom line, guys. So let's keep striving. Let's keep pushing. This is investing. This isn't a get rich overnight scheme. This isn't a Ponzi scheme, okay? We're going to grind. We're going to give you good information, guys. We're going to make this thing happen, okay?
We'll be back next Friday with more winners. Good luck in all your wagers.